It's okay. Not long ago, I finished watching Netflix's upcoming The Woman in Cabin 10. It's coming out tomorrow as of the recording of this. It's October 9th, so it'll be on Netflix October 10th. I was interested in it because I like the premise. It's a mystery. Woman sees something mysterious happen on this yacht, big, huge luxury yacht she's on, and nobody believes her. So, it's not necessarily anything super new or super unique, but it's a story framework that interests me. It's directed by someone named Simon Stone. I have not watched any of his previous movies. I think this might be his fourth film. My overall impression is that it's kind of a stylish mystery, takes place on this cool yacht out in the ocean, on the water, or whatever. And it has a pretty good setup. It's efficiently paced, but that ending is a bit lacking for me. Unfortunately, I don't regret watching it though. I'll just dive right into the characters or the overall setup. Keira Knightley plays a journalist. She's very stressed. In the very beginning, we can sense this immediately. Within the first 3 minutes of runtime, we find out why. And then within the next 2 minutes, she's already on the yacht. So the film establishes its premise very quickly. I appreciated that it didn't drag on with different character interactions and exposition about stuff. It just, here's this journalist, she's stressed, this is why, and this is why she's going on the yacht. And then there she is. So kudos for that. So it sets the tone early. Something else that I think kind of drew me into it was that it felt like it was going to be something kind of Hitchcockian. Definitely this mystery, nobody believes what the person has seen. About 20-ish minutes in is when she sees or thinks she has seen a woman fall or get thrown into the water. And that's when the main mystery starts. Now, obviously, there are clues about stuff leading up to all of that as you're introduced to the different characters. The reason she has been invited on this yacht has to do with this very wealthy husband and wife, and the wife is suffering from cancer, and they're going to have this gala event for her. They're going to give away all this money for cancer stuff. And that's the basic setup of everything. And then Keira's character has these various interactions with the different people. So you get that dynamic pretty early on. When she sees this thing happen, there is the very typical sort of, this person is crazy. This person is imagining things. There's like this gaslighting that's going on because people just don't believe her. Like I said, it's something that we've seen before. This is not anything super groundbreaking. I didn't care. I just like to see what is the mystery? What's really going on behind these strange events? Within about 55-ish minutes, those mystery threads lead us to a reveal as far as what's really happening. So then we have another 30-ish minutes to see how things are going to be wrapped up. So you get your answers. I can't say that it was anything that blew me away or super surprised me. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I like it, okay. It's an interesting mystery, but nothing super special and something we're all familiar with. I know I have mentioned this multiple times. I'm just really trying to drive the message home that this isn't anything new. It feels a little like recycled stuff. It's okay. The packages are right. And there are various strengths to this story. As I've mentioned already, the pacing. It moves briskly, doesn't waste time. I like the setting on the yacht. It adds to the tension and the isolation. There's only so many places she can go, and she cannot prevent herself from being around certain people because they're all in this one spot. So it's got a good atmosphere and tone, slick production design. I felt that Keira did a really good job at selling the paranoia or the unease or the concern and the journalistic sense that she has that something is not right and she needs to find out the answer to these questions. Everybody else is kind of like, well, whatever. And she's like, no, there's somebody out there and they could be alive still and we need to rescue them, that sort of thing. It was a pretty solid watchable mystery. Even though it was predictable, it was fairly entertaining for the most part. The downside to this film was that the final act felt a bit unrealistic and forced. And it also feels kind of rather blah, not super exciting or thrilling. There are also moments where things that the protagonist is attempting to do or explain to people just goes in such a way that doesn't quite line up with the way things had gone before when she was trying to get people to believe her. There is an interaction she has with a character that this particular character just suddenly goes along with her plan, with her idea. And the problem I have with that particular scene is that prior to that, there was really no setup for this to even be a thing. No motivation for this character really to believe her, given previous interactions we'd seen. And the showdown with the villain felt kind of clunky, flat. Did I already use the word flat to describe what I felt about the last act? There was this thing happening and no one was trying to stop this person, even though this person was within easy reach of people and could have been successfully subdued. You will probably know what I'm talking about when you watch how the events play out. It didn't feel believable to me. It just felt like a bit of a letdown, unfortunately. Another thing I don't understand, and maybe this is just a yacht thing, are there no locks on cabin doors? I mean, this chick was going inside a cabin and the door was not even locked, and this is when they first spotted something weird and whatever. I don't understand this. How come, especially since inside this cabin, a person that she saw was trying to remain unseen, why wasn't the door locked? Honestly, I don't know. Is this a yacht thing? Are there no locks on yacht cabin doors? I don't know. I've never been on a yacht, so whatever. Anyway, basically, this film doesn't really break any new ground, but it executes those familiar beats we're used to decently enough. You know, good start, solid pacing, solid atmosphere, decent acting. It just loses steam in the final stretch, unfortunately. Would probably be entertaining enough still for fans of these types of mystery thrillers. I can't say it's not worth a watch, but if you're going to check it out, just go in with modest expectations as to how solid you think this is going to be. Forgot to mention in my video review that this story is actually based on a book series written by Ruth Ware. I have not read any of the books. I believe there are 2 in this series. So I do not know how the overall story in the Netflix adaptation compares to the book as a whole, or how that climax ending, the third act that I was talking about, compares to how the ending lands or doesn't land in the original material. If you guys have read this book or listened to the audiobook, I'd be very curious to know how the two compare with each other. Okay, back to the video. Beyond all of that, I don't really have much more to say about The Woman in Cabin 10. If you guys watch it, I'm curious to know if you came away from it with the same sort of sentiment that I had when it was done. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't something that lasted overly long. Just feels like that third act could have been a little bit punchier. Oh well. All right, you guys, that's it. Bye.